shadownet in the DC courts and saying, oh, prosecutor, you want him to go to jail and you want a guilty verdict? Well, we're going to have to pool it out. And then when a pool of jury people come, all of them are potential to give you a guilty verdict. So then you pick from all the people that will give you a guilty verdict. So there's no chance that you'll win. And even
so
Matt
bad.
Whitaker said that on my show. He said the judges are corrupt.
That's a major problem for the justice system. If people are able to use that technology in jury selection to be able to predict who's going to, throw their vote a certain way.
Is anyone stopping them?
That's a major problem right there.
It is, and Roger Stone, with this commutation, will solve it, because this is where it all comes to the surface. How do you think your jury pool was selected?
Well, obviously, I don't know. I do know that based on the statistics on the District of Columbia, that the statistical improbability of my jury having a single Republican should be impossible. The statistical impossibility of my jury having a single military veteran should be impossible. The statistical possibility of my jury having no jurors with less than a college education is impossible. But that was the case.
Well, what if I told you, Roger, that your jury was actually selected, the jury pool, the grander jury pool, right, before the voir dire, as they say, where you kind of select and approve and deny, right? The majority of it was actually plugged into a program. But see, this program wanted to select a jury pool that would get you a guilty verdict no matter what. Hence, the odds, like you say, are so far-fetched. So the question is, who was the company, who was the vendor that was used to select your greater pool for the jury? And if your, lawyer was able to find that or ask that question, I would not be surprised if you see the name General Hayden hop up.
I do think it might strengthen the possibility of my appeal, should that become necessary. I will never plead guilty to something I didn't do. It's a matter that does require some research, and I appreciate you bringing it up.
That's amazing. It's like Minority Report in real time today.
Clear Force is kind of like what they built. It's the next iteration of the shadownet. They took the they took the profile personas and profile capabilities. They added real-time criminal background, travel, financial, medical, added all these things in to create predictive behavioral profiles that determine whether or not you're likely to steal or leak. ClearForce actually sells this to HR, right? So you could actually go into a job, apply for it, and not get a job because an application with an algorithm designed by Obama's National Security Advisor and or Obama's CIA director determined that you were predictively likely to steal or leak in some Minority Report-like fashion. And you may never, ever steal or leak, but you might lose a job because something read all your posts and looked at your information and determined that.